The prison system. He entered the prison system when he was 3 days old. When for the first time his mother didn't have enough milk for him, he insisted with her, but to no avail. She held him, but her milk was watery and thin. He sucked once he found where it was, but it quickly became desperate, and he clamored and vomited and twitched and wet his pants, but there wasn't much there. Already the world was forbidding and not nourishing. Who could he turn to? Where was love and nurturing? In his mother's breast? Her love was thin and watery, that's all he knew. He learned early to survive, to look over his shoulder, to doubt her, to not trust him, to not trust her, to doubt him. To learn he would have to take everything, and yet there remained a little pocket of poverty in his soul, at his very center. Like a pustule inner tumor filled permanently with poisonous brown fluid, never to heal, its walls to harden, but to always give off signals to the rest of him like radiation, controlling his mind and nervous system, dictating the language that would form and he would use. Controlling, fearing, hurt, tears, lost before he started, lost before he ever had, lost before he was, before his birth, lost, lost, lost. No trusting, only using everyone, anyone. I'm okay, he would say. I know what to do. I can make it big. I'll take care of me. I don't need milk. I don't need no milk. I don't need a mother. I don't even know who my dad was. So, months passed and he hardly learned to smile. His mother worked till 9 p.m., earning $3 an hour. Sister gave him 1 graham cracker for lunch, some peanut butter on a fork he almost strangled on for dinner, some milky water ice cold. For Daisy, his older sister, was 8 and she was all there was there for him. At 9:30 his mother finished her glass of wine and cigarette, her angry cursing at her world, and at the 5 of them, 4 brothers and sisters. His mother changed his diaper after the wine, sopping wet and stinking since morning. One day it all came off and he spread it everywhere, on the walls, on the refrigerator door. His mother beat him and rubbed his face in it, the only toy he'd had all week. It was his very own from him. School and fights, schoolyard fights, every day, blood sometimes. One day a boy was dead in the washroom. They accused him because he had just pissed. They let him off, but not till after he'd been thrown out of school till the next fall, just when he was learning how to read. At last, thank God, for the gang he joined at 14, the Smiling Vipers. He belonged somewhere at last. Lots of fights, some guys dead, lots of crack on 57th Street, their turf, lots of dough, a fancy car at 18, his broad-brimmed hat, the gals he helped to make a living. But most of all, he helped himself, taking care of me, something he learned so long ago with his mother's milk. I know I killed some guy, but they had it coming. Some guys coming down from 64th Street and up from 47th, and I strangled a couple of females holding out on me. Part of the deal was that I would get to screw them once in a while. But they framed him on a rap he didn't know a thing about. He heard the shots, but he was urinating in the john, always after he got the clap. He only saw the guy outside the can. 3 guys running down the street, one of them with an Uzi, that great Old Testament persuader from Israel. His fancy lawyer said he'd get him off, but he hasn't seen him since last June. Some lawyer. He guessed, he wondered what went wrong, why all this happened to him. He did his best to get himself up near the top. He learned real early to take care of me. He learned it with his mother's milk, and now it looks like they'll be taking care of me. What went wrong? What went wrong with me? went wrong when I was 3 days old? What went wrong with me? November 1989.